I've built all of the farms. I've been gathering all of the materials. And now, it's time to begin the preparations to my biggest project in this world yet. Hello there everyone, my name is Shira and welcome back to Minecraft. Today, we have a huge plan. Because today we're going to start preparing for the Nether Hub project. That's right, it's finally time. But just like I said, today is just going to be the preparation. The Nether Hub project is actually gonna be a very big project, and I don't think I can make it in one single episode. So the plan is, I'm just going to do some of the preparations today, so that I can focus on building the actual Nether Hub on the next episode. But even with that said, there's still going to be a lot of work that needs to be done. So let's get started. The place where I'm going to be building the Nether Hub will be this area here, where I built my temporary Nether Hub. And this is actually right in the middle of the Nether, as the center of this is at 0, 0. I've never been really using this Nether Hub so much, since my main base is actually in the portal over there. But now it's almost time to say goodbye to this place. So yeah, this is going to be where I'll be building the Nether Hub. And it's actually gonna be very big. And I mean very big. I might be able to show you how big it is later, but we'll just have to see. For now, let's do all of the preparations I need to do in order to start our project. What the heck? The gust just spawned in front of me. I did say that I was actually going to start the preparations of the Nether Hub, but I actually do have one final task left here in this book, which is, if we look at here, it is to build a Nether Wart farm. The Nether Wart farm is actually going to be part of the preparations of the Nether Hub, because the Nether Wart farm is going to be in the Nether Hub. So the first thing we're actually going to be building is the Nether Wart farm. So let's head into the Nether again to get started on that project. I actually need to gather some materials first for the farm, so let me just do that first. I can't believe I forgot about that. Alright, we're back here in the temporary Nether Hub, and all of the items that I will need to build the farm are now here. So the farm I'm going to be building is very simple. It's actually just gonna be a regular Nether Wart farm, with the soul sand and the Nether Wart. It's just gonna look something like this, with the Nether Warts planted on the soul sand, and then harvesting them will just be a manual process like this. So it's basically just going to be like that, only a lot more bigger. And where I'm gonna be building it is directly on top of my Nether Hub here, somewhere close to the Nether roof, just so that it can be safe from the mobs. But with that being said, it's time to build ourselves a Nether Wart farm. Okay, the Nether Wart farm is done. Like I said, it's just a very simple Nether Wart farm, and I have a total of 4 layers of it, so I can harvest a lot of them when they are fully grown. They're not fully planted yet, since I still need to harvest more Nether Warts, so I'll do that little by little. And the way that I harvest the Nether Warts here, I just need to use a fortune tool and just hack away to get the Nether Wart, like so. This way I get the bonus of getting more warts since I'm using a fortune pickaxe. Technically, I can make use of redstone to harvest all of the Nether warts automatically, but the planting is still manual, so I didn't bother doing it like that. Having a Nether Wart farm like this is enough for me. And with 4 layers of this, I think this is actually gonna be enough for me for the entire game. I don't really need a lot of Nether Warts besides using it to craft some red Nether bricks. Which is why I need this farm, because I'm gonna need those for the Nether Hub. And now I can just replant them again. It does take a lot of my time though, but that's just the way how it is sometimes. Also, since all of these are soul sand, The durability of my boots is now very low. I need to watch out for that. I don't want my boots breaking just because I'm farming some nether warts. Actually, I can just take this off. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're slow in the soul sand. I completely forgot about that. I was so used in using a boots with soul speed. Alright, I have now replanted all of the nether warts to all of the 4 layers here. And I even have more to spare here. So yeah, the nether wart farm is done. And again, the reason why I wanted to make this nether wart farm is so that I can craft more of these red nether bricks. So that's another one of the tasks complete. We now have this floating thing here right above our old nether hub, which actually kinda looks cool, and it kinda reminds me of the magma cube farm that I have. I think I also built it with the same color palette and blocks. And now we can take this book and cross out this task. Cool. Oh yeah, I also now have this, which is a mod that I added called Scribble, so that I can format the book and quill a lot more easier. Because before I was actually doing this all of this manually, which was actually a pain to do. And with all of the tasks now complete, the one last final thing we need to do on this project is to build another hub. It's actually been a while since I started this project. The first task that I did here is to build a gold farm, which I actually built sometime last year. I don't remember what month though, but I think it was sometime in the middle of that year. So yeah, a year has now passed and the project is finally almost complete. And now with all of these tasks now done, I now have access to almost all of the materials that I will be using to build the nether hub. We have our gold farm here because I'm gonna use some gold blocks. And also because I need gold for the bartering system here, which gives me lots of blocks that I will also need, like the blackstone, obsidian, crying obsidian, quartz, soul sand, and nether bricks. And since we're here, let's repair our tools. Nice. The magma cube farm, the basalt generator, and of course the blaze farm, and the chorus fruit farm. To of course make some end rods. The resin farm, the nether tree farm, which I built last episode, and finally of course, the nether wart farm. And that is all of the farms that I will need for this project. All that's left is to actually build our nether hub. But like I said before, I'm not gonna do that today. And the reason for that is because I'm actually not done designing the entire nether hub project. Although I'm actually already around, let's say around 95% done with the design. So I'm almost there. And there's also one final thing I want to mention about the project, which I'll get to later. But for now, we still need to continue with the preparation. Because yeah, we're not yet done. So now I want to show you what the size of my nether hub is gonna be like. And I'm gonna use this shroom light here to build the outline of the borders. So let me just place down some of the shroom lights here. And now we have the outline of the nether hub. And everything that's inside this shroom light here is going to be where the nether hub is. And the shroom light here is going to be the border of the hub. Of course, the nether hub isn't going to be just a square build, as this is just the outline. So this is just to help me identify how big the nether hub is going to be. We may have the outline here, but we can't really see anything since there's still a lot of netherrack in the way. So now, my next goal is to dig out all of the netherrack inside the perimeter of the nether hub. So everything inside the shroom light. And yep. Oh, I'm going to dig out most of the netherrack from the very top of the nether up until the bottom in the lava lake. Ow. So from up there all the way down here until we reach lava level. So yeah, as you might expect, that's gonna take a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of digging that's going to happen now. Luckily, netherrack is very easy to mine, so this might not take a long time to do, even with all of this netherrack inside here. Well, there's no time to waste anymore, so it's time to get digging. Oh! Haha! Hey! Free music disc. Oh! Okay, time to get digging. And so, I got started on the mammoth task of digging out a huge perimeter at the center of the nether. I started in the bottom with the lava lake, where I filled up a few buckets of lava to get a stock of lava for use later, then filled the rest up with netherrack. Once all of the lava were gone, I went to the very top and started digging. Now digging all of this netherrack wasn't really hard. With a fully upgraded pickaxe, you can instantly mine it even without a beacon, so it was like cutting through butter. I did underestimate how much netherrack I needed to dig out. It took me an entire week, with breaks in between of course, to clear out the entire perimeter. And because I recorded everything here using the Flashback mod, I can even see the exact time it took me to finish all of it. And in total, it was 12 hours, 48 minutes, and 48 seconds. So, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, at least it's done now. And here it is, the entire perimeter cleared out of netherrack. Now you can clearly see how big this area is. And the old nether hub is still here, now floating in the middle. We can also see my nether wart farm up there a lot more clearly now, which is pretty cool. Some parts of my temporary nether hub was actually beneath some of the netherrack, which is why it looks like this, especially from this angle. And also why I place some of these slabs here so that mobs won't spawn. I also have a little outpost there, which I didn't really show. This is where I've been storing all of my items while I was working on this perimeter here. And from digging out all of this area here, I've now gathered all of this netherrack here. So all of the shulker boxes are full of netherrack. I really tried collecting all of the netherrack that I can, but a lot of them still despawned, so I can't really do anything about that. Then this other chest here are all of the lava that I collected. Got a good haul which will hopefully last me for a very long time. This hole here, by the way, is the one that leads to the mining area that I made before, where I got all of my ancient debris. And then there's the hole going to the nether hub, which is actually connected here before. Oh yeah, and this floor here, this is going to be the bottom floor of my nether hub. Well, technically the bottom floor, but well, we also have this one here, which is also gonna be part of the nether hub. I'll explain more in the next episode. And I've placed blackstone slabs here to prevent the mobs from spawning. Not that it really prevents it completely, since there's still loads of places here where they can spawn in outside and then enter the perimeter. Oh, and I also want to mention that from digging all of this netherrack here, I've actually used up all of the pickaxe here, and I actually had to repair them twice. I've also broken 2 of my pickaxe, which I've easily replaced thanks to my villagers. So anyway, yeah, all of the mining is now done. I am now free to do whatever I want with all of this space here. It's really been a long time since I last started this project here, and now we're actually finally making some huge progress on it. Although I said that I started this project last year, I've actually already planned on doing this entire project since I started on this world. I made loads of plans before the series even began, and this is one of those projects that I had in mind. And I can't believe that I'm at this point already. So I'm really excited to finally be able to work on my Nether hub. But yeah, of course there's still a lot more work that needs to be done. But now that we're done with digging, we are now ready to get started on doing the actual Nether hub itself. But of course, all of that is going to be done on the next episode. Unfortunately though, as much as I'm excited to get started on this, I'm actually not gonna be able to do it immediately. And that's because I want to wait for the next update before I get started on building. The next update, which still doesn't have a name, but it's the 26.3 update, will add loads of new blocks. That also includes the blocks from the other updates that I haven't used yet, since my world is pretty outdated now. I'm still at 1.21.11. So yeah, lots of new blocks to play with. And I want to include some of them in the Nether hub. The new update still has no release date, but by the time of this recording, it looks like the snapshots are already in the final bits, so it's not gonna be long now before the next update comes. And once it does, I'm also gonna wait for all of the mods that I use to update as well. So long story short, it's gonna be a long while before I release the next episode. But it's gonna be worth the wait. I can promise you that. Once all of the update is out, I'm immediately gonna start working on it, so don't you worry. In the meantime, I'm gonna be very busy gathering all of the materials for the project. With all of the farms now up and running, I'll hopefully get them all in time. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Hope you guys are as excited as me to finally finish this project. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you when I see you.